That's when we'll jump in. Perfect. Spooky season.
Yay!
We're getting into it. This is going to be a little bit of a...
September.
Yep. We are out of October. No, even closer to... We're out of October. Not October. October. And now we're into September. We're recording this episode at the beginning of September. Just finished our semi-series on witches and witchcraft and all that stuff. The Salem witch trials. Craziness. But now we'll get into... maybe they're cryptids, maybe they're not. But... where can all the links be found?
Linktree.com/BOTQS.
Yep. Our latest thing is we are on TikTok. And all those videos are just about caught up to current episodes. I've been putting clips, one per episode per day, and we're about caught up. I mean, we've had TikTok for a month. That's it. That long. 24 episodes daily. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Time flies. Let's get into it. That's simple. All the links, linktree.com/BOTQS. So, Miss Phoenix, what question are we bringing in this episode?
What or who are the black-eyed children? Either black-eyed children or black-eyed kids.
Yep, that's the thing I wanted to talk about, because the abbreviation for these dark things are BEKs, but we call them black-eyed children or black-eyed kids.
I guess we could call them entities.
Black-eyed entities. Bees? No.
They're not really cryptids, but...
they've joined us from a different universe, different frequency. Yeah, I think so.
Entities.
Before we get into all this, what do you know about the black-eyed children?
That their eyes are black.
Oh, cool. And that's it.
And that they're young.
Kids, children, yep. Okay. As the crisp air of fall ushers in the spooky season, our thoughts often turn to tales of the unexplained and the unsettling. Among the modern pantheon of urban legends, few are as chillingly persistent as that of the black-eyed children, or black-eyed kids, or more simply, BEKs. These enigmatic figures, appearing as ordinary youngsters with one terrifying exception, have haunted online forums and whispered conversations for decades. We will delve into the shadowy world of the black-eyed children, exploring their mysterious origins, their unsettling characteristics, the various theories attempting to explain their existence, and the most compelling alleged encounters that have fueled their legend. Prepare to learn why, when they knock, the most terrifying thing one can do is let them in. Right?
This sounds like some paranormal.
Right. I love it. Like vampires. Don't invite the vampires in.
Unless you have garlic.
And then what? Like you're hunting them? Come on in. I have the garlic.
I have garlic bread. You want some?
Come on in. We're having spaghetti.
We're having Italian food.
No. It's red.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right.
You lure them with the spaghetti and then just sprinkle a little garlic.
Weaken them with the garlic.
Yeah.
Before you stab them with burned garlic bread. Not really wood.
I think you put holy water in there.
In the garlic bread to make it.
No.
Blessed garlic bread.
Put it in their drink.
Holy water in their drink?
Yeah. It'll be disguised.
I think vampires are smart enough that they only drink from prepackaged bottles. Or right from the tap. You.
Yeah. I mean, you could just show them the, IV thing. before, but it's actually just juice. You put some holy water in.
We're not talking about vampires today, Phoenix.
Thick water.
Thick water. Hard water.
It'll
Jello.
stick. It'll look like human. It'll look like human.
It'll look like human.
Okay. But we need to get on topic.
Oh, I'm the one deflecting our topic.
No, I'm just saying that for both of us. The Black-Eyed Children legend, a staple of contemporary American folklore, finds its most widely accepted genesis in the late 1990s, specifically through the accounts of Texas reporter Brian Bethel. Odd last name. It sounds more like
Bethel.
an elderly woman's name.
Yep. I think in Maryland there's a Bethel Church Road, though.
Bethlehem.
Bethel Church. Maybe it is short for Bethlehem.
Maybe. There's a Bethlehem in Pennsylvania.
Yep. There used to be, maybe it's still there, Bethlehem Steel.
I did not know that.
Yep. It's a big deal. Bethlehem Steel.
While some tabloid,
Yes.
the weird, I was interested.
Oh, you playing with your mic. You're just going to hold it in your hand.
Yeah.
Tabloid is a newspaper that gets their information from questionable sources. There we go.
While some tabloid coverage has attempted to trace tales of black-eyed children back to the 1980s, the consistent and detailed accounts that form the foundation of the modern legend point directly to Bethel's experiences. And for the listeners, I'm now holding my mic because the neckline on my shirt is super high.
You gonna hold your mic the whole time? Why am I having so many technical difficulties here?
Probably because it's a Tuesday. Not a regular recording.
No. All right. The legend of the Black-Eyed Children, or BEKs, finds its modern and most widely accepted origin in a chilling encounter in Abilene, Texas. One late night in the spring or summer of 1996, journalist Brian Bethel sat in his car in a parking lot off North First Street, trying to write a check. Suddenly, two boys approached him, one around 9, the other about 12. They wore hooded sweatshirts that partially obscured their faces. Both kids appeared to have corpse-like pale skin. One had curly hair, and the other had freckles with red hair. Bethel then lowered the window, and the boys asked if they could get a ride to their mother's house to get money to watch the new Mortal Kombat movie. The OG Mortal Kombat movie. That was a good one. Bethel felt an unnerving sense of dread as the kids spoke. He pointed out that the movie had already started and that they wouldn't make it back in time, even if he gave them a ride. The boys then started to push harder, insisting that he give them a ride because they were just kids. Bethel began to freak out after their insistence, but it got worse when he finally peered into their eyes. They had big, round, black eyes, soulless orbs with no white showing. Bethel then started to drive away, and the kids began banging on his window, saying, "We can't come in unless you tell us it's okay. Let us in." He quickly drove off, and as he watched his rearview mirror, he noticed that the boys had completely vanished. This vivid, detailed account, later shared on a ghost-related mailing list and subsequently published, became the foundational template for the entire BEK phenomenon.
Sounds like a creepypasta.
Yes. Yes, exactly. That is in the next body of notes.
Bethel's original story, initially a private communication, was leaked onto the internet in 2013. This marked its transformation into a creepypasta, a short horror story shared online and a foundational modern urban legend. Its popularity led Bethel to publish a frequently asked questions forum to manage demand for information. The internet facilitated facilitated a rapid global
Dissemination.
dissemination of this specific foundational narrative, which then acted as a template for subsequent sightings and interpretations. This created a powerful feedback loop where media coverage, including a 2012 horror film, Black Eyed Kids, and a 2013 MSN Weekly Strange episode, further legitimized and amplified the digital myth. Tabloids like the Daily Star further sensationalized sightings in 2014, claiming a shock rise in sightings around the world. This demonstrates a significant shift in how urban legends are born and perpetrated in the digital age, moving from slow, organic evolution to rapid, centralized origin points that quickly fragment and reform across online communities, becoming shared cultural touchstones in a very short time.
While some claim older origins, consistent detailed accounts before Bethel's story are rare. Science writer Sharon A. Hill found no documentation of encounters, concluding they are friend of a friend ghost stories, akin to typical spooky folklore like the phantom black dog, where the subject may not be supernatural and an origin encounter may never have occurred. Snopes, a reputable fact-checking site, rates BEK tales as a legend, advising readers to file black-eyed children under the same heading as Bigfoot, in other words, a cryptid, due to lack of evidence beyond subjective testimony, such as, there ain't no black-eyed children poop.
There ain't no feces from a black-eyed children.
Incorporeal leavings, shall we call them? Ghost poop?
Maybe a little dead skin sprinkled.
Whoa. Then that would be corporeal leavings.
Like when you shower and it rubs off.
They're already not here.
And they jump into the river and to clean themselves.
I don't think they clean themselves in this universe.
Whatever, when they cleanse themselves.
But not here, not in this frequency.
In any frequency, when they cleanse themselves.
Despite skepticism that you are arguing about, are we? Anyway, despite skepticism, the legend's endurance with unusual consistency in behavior and requests suggests it taps into deeper anxieties, which allows it to persist in the collective consciousness.
The black-eyed children are often described as legendary paranormal creatures, superficially resembling human children or teenagers, but distinguished by profoundly unsettling traits that betray their alleged inhuman nature. Their most defining feature is their eyes, which are pitch black, entirely black, with no discernible sclera, irises, or pupils. This unbroken field of matte black, cold and impossibly still, is often the point where witnesses realize something is profoundly wrong. They are frequently described as having pale skin or a corpse-like pallor.
Yeah.
BEKs typically appear between the ages of 6 and 16, though adult sightings are rare. They are often seen wearing hooded sweatshirts or oversized sweatshirts, which initially obscure their faces. Some accounts mention outdated or ill-fitting clothing, or even white bedclothes. So, homeless children.
Unhoused. Come on.
Orphans?
Can't say homeless.
Unhoused and homeless mean the same thing.
You gotta be politically correct. The unsettling nature of BEKs stems from their nearly human appearance combined with subtle yet profound deviations. This phenomenon, often referred to as the uncanny valley, triggers a deep psychological discomfort. Their horror is not merely that they look wrong, but that they are almost right, exploiting our innate recognition systems and our instinct to help children while simultaneously presenting cues that something is fundamentally other and dangerous. This makes encounters particularly disorienting and terrifying, as a witness's natural inclination to assist conflicts with an overwhelming sense of profound wrongness.
Or, like other uncanny valley things.
Robots.
Yeah. Like, they look too perfect.
Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, they're almost right.
Like, there's no imperfections, so that's not right.
But it's just missing life.
Yes. Just missing the life aspect.
You can sense that something's missing.
Yeah, you can. There's no light in those eyes.
Right. It's LED.
Or RGB.
Well, RGB light in the eyeballs.
I don't think people.
You can have any color eyes you want when you're a robot.
Yeah.
Any hue of light.
Or even all of them.
When you're a BEK, just black.
Pitch black.
You don't get a choice. You just want somebody's help.
Black holes for eyes.
Wow. Black hole sun. No? Okay. Soundgarden?
I don't know.
Spoonman? None of that?
I don't think.
Go ahead. BKs are reportedly.
BKs are reportedly seen begging, hitchhiking, or encountered on doorsteps of residential homes or at car windows. They might also be found playing in groups in abandoned urban or suburban areas. Their voices are often described as strangely monotone, mechanical, or having little effect, like a robot.
Right.
They're too monotone.
Not quite right.
It's almost there.
Almost. But not enough to say that it's right.
Despite their young appearance, they speak eloquently, confidently, and with a maturity that surpasses the typical mental development of children their same age. They often avoid direct eye contact initially. They typically ask for help, claiming to be lost, stranded, cold, hungry, thirsty, or needing to use a phone to contact parents. What parents?
Right.
Orphans, I tell you.
But they want their parents.
On another plane.
Yes.
Their requests are usually simple and polite, but persistent. If refused, they can become aggressive, confrontational, and scary, with voices changing to something deeper and more demonic. They might try to induce guilt, saying, "We are just children. What harm can we do?" Guilt tripping.
Say that again, but in monotone.
What? We are just children. What harm can we do?
More monotone.
I can't do that.
We are just children. What harm can we do?
See, that's not even monotone. There's
some like teachers or teacher type people that are just monotone. We are just children. What harm can we do?
Yeah, you gotta speak like a robot to be monotone as a human.
But there's no emotion. There's no affectation.
My pinky.
You can clip it back to your shirt, bro. You got time. A critical and widely reported element is that BEKs cannot come in unless you tell us it's okay. They never force their way into the house. This characteristic links them to classic folklore creatures like vampires and demons, who are often bound by rules and invitation. The fact that they won't enter without permission rather than can't is often cited as more unsettling. They use a hypnotizing voice and tone to compel victims to invite them in. This invitation rule is a crucial narrative device that shifts the focus of control and responsibility to the potential victim. The horror isn't just the external threat, but the internal struggle and the potential for one's own humanity, such as compassion or politeness, to be used against them. The alleged hypnotizing voice further complicates this, suggesting a subtle manipulation that bypasses conscious will. This element directly contributes to the heightened psychological impact reported by victims. as it transforms a potential encounter into a moral and existential dilemma, making the victim an active participant in their own potential downfall rather than a passive target.
And some of these things are used in real life, like the voice and the emotional manipulation.
Yes. Auditory manipulation. They're children. You have to help the children. Think of the children.
And then them saying, we are just children, what harm can we do? Is just basically guilt tripping.
Yeah. I'm trying to manipulate the situation.
Make it go their way.
And then the victim creates their own downfall.
Long before Bethel's story went viral, there were whispers of similar encounters. One of the earliest documented accounts comes from Cannock Chase.
Cannock Chase?
Cannock Chase, a large forest in Staffordshire, England. In 1982, a woman, the aunt of local paranormal investigator Lee Brickley, reportedly heard the sobs of a child while out at night in the forest. She followed the sound but found nothing. A police search later also yielded no results. Some believe this story may be a precursor to the BEK legend, a local ghost tale that later merged with modern folklore. Some believe the BEK here is the tormented soul of a schoolgirl murdered in the 1960s, connecting the legend to a real-life tragedy.
Beautiful.
And that's what happens with a lot of urban legends.
This tormented energy. It stays in the area.
Yeah. Just a soul wanting to rest.
Or it can't rest. For whatever reason. For one reason or another. It just torments the local people.
It wants to rest, but it can't. A tortured soul.
You have to help them. No one definitively knows what BEKs are, and theories abound. Some believe they are the spirits of children who died violently, particularly murder victims, kind of what we were just talking about. This theory is particularly strong in places like Cannock Chase, linked to real-life tragedies. A popular theory suggests they are demonic forces, with their black eyes symbolizing emptiness or malevolence that consumes all light and goodness. Their pale skin and unsettling demeanor lead some to speculate they are extraterrestrials or hybrids, drawing parallels to gray aliens and the Men in Black phenomena. The corpse-like pallor, the need for invitation, and sinister motives lead to comparisons with vampires. Some theories suggest they come from another dimension, making them interdimensional beings, different frequency. Many believe they are omens of misfortune or death, with victims reporting illnesses, family deaths, or other tragedies after encounters. A skeptical view suggests BEKs are manifestations of extreme fear and anxiety, where the mind conjures disturbing images in high-stress situations. Science writer Sharon A. Hill and Snopes categorize them as urban legends, similar to Bigfoot, due to the lack of empirical evidence.
The legend of the Black-Eyed Children is largely built upon a series of alleged encounters, each adding a layer to the unsettling narrative. These stories, though unverified, share striking commonalities that contribute to the phenomenon's enduring power.
Keep going, read the next one.
In the late 1990s, a former prison guard named Paul had his own unsettling experience. He was a skeptic with no interest in the supernatural, but one night a persistent knocking at his door forced him to open it. Standing on his doorstep were two boys with the same unnerving pitch black eyes described by Bethel. Paul, despite his fear, managed to refuse their request. This encounter is a classic example of the doorstep encounter, a recurring theme in the BEK lore.
Imagine that. I don't know what I would do. But we have a camera on our front door and our back door. Imagine if two kids came up, of course they're gonna avert their eyes to the camera if they understand what it is, unless they want to elicit fear in whoever's looking at the camera. Would you let them in? No. Neither would I. Hopefully. Hopefully you can convince everybody else not to let them in either. I don't think your mother would go to the door.
Or my sister.
The dogs would go absolutely bananas.
Ballistic. Unless they were at the back door and they wouldn't see it.
Or they knocked on the door.
Or they rang the doorbell.
Hope you're not making sound with that. That's why it should be clipped on you.
Well, it's going to make more sound if it's clipped on me.
In July 2010, during a night shift, a man known as Noetic experienced an encounter at his workplace in Ohio. While on a cigarette break, he noticed two black-eyed teenagers across the street staring at him. He returned inside but saw them on security cameras motioning for him to come out. When he approached the door, they insisted they just needed a phone, dissuading him from calling the police. Noetic refused. One boy stared at the camera while the other went to the back of the building, seemingly watching the cameras as well. Noetic called the police, but despite watching the video feed constantly, the teenagers vanished before officers arrived.
An example of the phone way. Wanting a phone.
And call their parents.
On another plane. Another unsettling encounter in Cannock Chase, Staffordshire, England, in September 2014, a woman and her daughter were out walking when they heard screams and spotted a child wandering alone. The mother ran to catch up but couldn't find her. When she turned back, a girl, appearing to be 10 years old, stood there with hands over her eyes. When she asked if she was okay, the girl dropped her hands to reveal completely black eyes.
Yeah, that's not okay. I would freak out.
Yeah, I'd be...
Freaking out?
I'd probably guard myself defense.
Fight or flight?
Pepper spray.
Pepper spraying. Right into her black eyes?
Maybe into her nose.
Wonder what that would do to the black-eyed children. Black-eyed kids. Pepper spray. Wonder if it would do anything.
Wonder what.
Or would they say it was delicious? Just like your soul's going to be.
I wouldn't like that. Then I'd be running screaming.
Or would you be petrified by fear? Some people lock right up. They don't run. It's not even fight or flight. It's just
Freeze.
petrification, yeah.
Fight, flight, or freeze.
Basically. In January 2016, during a raging blizzard, a woman at her home in Vermont experienced a chilling encounter. She heard faint knocking and opened her door to find a shivering bullion girl begging to use her phone. Despite feeling unnerved, she let them in. As they entered the light of the family room, she saw their completely black eyes. Simultaneously, her husband's nose began to bleed, and the power suddenly went out. After what felt like an eternity, the children spoke in unison, stating their parents had arrived, then quietly left and entered a nondescript black car with a man in a suit. Following this, her husband was diagnosed with severe skin cancer, and she suffered regular nosebleeds and other medical issues, convinced it was due to letting them in. Now, think about this. Let's twist this around a little bit. They came into their lives. Yes, he experienced a nosebleed, but was that not a sign of his diagnosis of skin cancer? Hey, we may look like we're monsters, but we're actually here for, it's not altruistic reasons. It's the word I'm looking for. They were warning them.
Like a banshee.
That's what, when we get into Mothman, like was he a harbinger of doom, or was he a warning of impending doom? Did he destroy the bridge, or was he just a warning that the bridge was going to collapse? Did the black-eyed children cause the nosebleed, or were they just the forewarning that you have something going on, go to the doctor so you can begin treatment?
Another, what people would more get is like in the movie Encanto, they shut out Bruno because they think he brings the doom, but no, he just predicted it. He just warned.
Right. A warning device. Here, I'll read this next little part and you can read that big body. Lee Brickley himself reported a sighting in April 2018 in Birches Valley, Cannock Chase. He described seeing a figure about 100 meters away that stared at him for approximately 30 seconds before vanishing without a trace. That doesn't really scream black-eyed child encounter to me, but maybe.
Just seems more paranormal.
Yeah.
Regular spirit. A more recent and detailed account comes from Kylie and Ben in 2021. During an illegal camping trip in the middle of the forest at Cannock Chase around midnight, they heard movement and a spooky giggle.
It's weird.
I almost said spookly.
Spookly gaggle.
Spookly the Square Pumpkin.
Spooky giggle. But that description kind of messes up the other descriptions of the black-eyed children. If they're monotone and they have just these robot-like voices, are they gonna have a spooky giggle?
Could just be hee hee hee.
Is a robot trying to laugh?
Like in movies with robots.
WALL-E.
Yeah. Hee hee hee. Ben saw a figure running from tree to tree, occasionally stopping to watch them. The figure then stepped into the clearing, moving in ways humans simply can't move, like teleporting. So just like darting.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Bamf.
Don't know what that is.
It's the sound of Nightcrawler teleporting from one spot to another.
Enderman?
Okay, them. Yep, they bamf.
Yeah. The giggling intensified, becoming disorienting. So, hee hee to lower hee hee.
Ho ho.
Maybe Michael Jackson hee hee. Hee hee. They just moonwalk.
Oh, that would be more terrifying, I think.
Yeah.
A black-eyed child moonwalking and giggling. Hee hee.
With a hat. Where was I?
Figure bent down.
The figure bent down, stood, and ran off into dense trees. The next morning at 7 a.m., they found piles of stones evenly placed around their tent and strange stick formations resembling dream catchers hanging from the trees. As they walked back to Ben's car, Kylie saw the black-eyed figure watching them again from behind a tree. Lee Brickley believes Cannock Chase is a paranormal portal area.
Interesting. To find out more about paranormal portal areas. Or liminal spaces.
Or just portals in
we
general.
should talk about liminal spaces. Liminal spaces could be portals.
Mirrors are portals.
Oh boy. Yep.
Scry mirror? Is that how you say it?
Scrying?
Scrying mirror. Aren't those just like black mirrors that you stare into?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't want to mess with that stuff.
Yeah, no. I do
You
want
never
to
know.
visit haunted places though.
Me too. Your mother does not. If you read enough of the nearly endless supply of these alleged encounters on the internet, you'll notice recurring patterns begin to emerge. The initial polite request for help, telephone ride, the unsettling feeling of dread, the reveal of the black eyes, and the aggressive shift if denied entry. Even the locations, isolated cars, doorsteps, abandoned areas, and times, late night blizzards, recur. This consistency, whether due to shared psychological predispositions or the influence of the foundational Bethel story, serves to reinforce the legend's perceived reality for believers. It creates a recognizable script for the encounters, making them feel more credible as a phenomenon rather than isolated, random events. This consistent narrative structure functions as a powerful tool for a cultural transmission of the legend, providing a clear, repeatable framework that allows new stories to be easily integrated and understood within the existing lore, contributing to its virality and perceived authenticity.
The Vermont blizzard incident, in particular, illustrates a critical aspect of these tales. The alleged negative consequences, the explicit detailing of the husband's cancer, the woman's nosebleeds, and the power outage directly linked to letting the BEKs in, serves as a powerful deterrent. This goes beyond mere fear. It introduces a tangible, real-world penalty within the legend's context for violating the "don't let them in" rule. Like real people. Some people you just don't want to let into your life.
No, and I think dogs can sense that too. Our old dog, Jude, did not like our landlord. For whatever reason, would just flip out on him. The landlord came over for any reason, he would just be mad at this dude.
I don't
Crazy.
even know our landlord.
We don't have a landlord anymore. This is our house.
I don't know who
In the middle
was.
of our street.
I don't know who that guy is.
That's alright.
I only know Bob Boob, who helped
Bob
us
Boob.
buy our house.
Right. Name drop. Where was... Oh, were you were reading. This element transforms. Don't let the mineral. Get your cursor on it.
This element transforms the BK legend from a simple spooky story into a potent cautionary tale, reinforcing the core message: never invite them in. This elevation of stakes, where the BKs are not just creepy but genuinely dangerous entities capable of inflicting lasting harm, significantly increases the fear factor and the urgency of the warning.
The chilling narrative of the black-eyed children extends beyond the immediate encounter, often detailing a disturbing aftermath for those who cross their path, particularly if the cardinal rule of no invitation is broken. These alleged consequences amplify the sinister nature of BKs and serve as a potent warning within the folklore.
Victims who allow BKs into their homes or vehicles frequently report suffering from unexplained medical conditions. These can range from sudden illness and chronic nosebleeds to more severe diagnoses like aggressive cancers. The Vermont blizzard incident vividly illustrates this, with the woman's husband diagnosed with severe skin cancer and the woman herself experiencing regular nosebleeds and other health issues after letting the children in. These alleged negative consequences are not random occurrences. They are presented as direct results of interacting with BEKs, especially if permission to enter is granted. This transforms the BEK from a mere creepy child into a malevolent entity capable of inflicting lasting harm, akin to a curse, suggesting that BEK's sinister motives extend far beyond the immediate encounter, implying a long-term insidious influence.
Yeah, don't let them in. How about that?
Just ignore them.
Yeah, don't even acknowledge their existence. Maybe they will just go away.
Yeah. Find another person to potentially give cancer.
But again, are they an early warning system? Beyond physical ailments, the pervasive reports of intense fear, paranoia, nightmares, agoraphobia, and even long-term PTSD highlight that the psychological toll is as significant, if not more so, than any alleged physical harm. The unsettling nature of the children, their uncanny resemblance to humans, and the feeling of being manipulated contribute to this lasting mental distress. The horror, as noted by folklorists, unravels slowly, leaving questions in their wake and a lingering impression. This emphasis on psychological impact suggests that the BEK legend taps into deep-seated anxieties about the vulnerability of children, the sanctity of the home, and the unsettling nature of the uncanny. The lasting mental distress reported by victims underscores that the true terror of the BEKs lies in their ability to disturb the victim's sense of reality and safety, rather than just delivering a jump scare.
Beyond personal health, interactions with BEKs are often linked to a string of bad luck or misfortune. This can manifest as accidents, job losses, and personal relationships falling apart. These alleged ripple effects suggest a malevolent influence that extends beyond the initial interaction, subtly dismantling the victim's life. The inclusion of severe, often life-altering negative consequences like cancer or PTSD effectively raises the stakes of the legend. It shifts the narrative from a simple "don't open the door to strangers" to a "don't open the door to these specific strangers or your life will be ruined or ended." This casual link between interaction and misfortune makes the legend far more impactful and terrifying, contributing to its enduring power as a cautionary tale.
Other bizarre phenomena are reported during or after BEK encounters. These include inexplicable technical malfunctions such as power outages and malfunctioning security systems. Foul odors and strange sounds are also sometimes noted. In some cases, missing or deceased pets are reported. The discovery of pile of stones in strange stick formations after Kylie and Ben's encounter in Cannock Chase suggests a more ritualistic or symbolic aftermath, adding another layer to the unsettling nature of these alleged visitations.
Now, the odors and the sounds and the electrical stuff sounds like normal spirit activity.
Yeah?
Because there's phantom scent, smells, phantom sounds. There's one prison in Australia, Geelong Jail, both G, not J. But you can hear phantom whistling because the prisoners were supposed to be quiet, so they used whistling as a form of communication instead.
Awesome. So the BEKs have that kind of characteristics. Power? I don't know about power. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if their odor is intentional or if their electrical disturbances are intentional. Like they come into the room and things go crazy, or is it just because of their presence, or is it because they are trying to make the situation on purpose more unsettling?
Maybe they're just trying to get attention, because that's a lot, what a lot of spirits do, in highly investigated places. The spirits most likely know how to use a REM pod because many people have used it.
But they're spirits from 1487,
Yes, but after so many times,
1859.
They learn how to, they just walk up to it.
Are they still learning at that point in their existence on whatever plane they might be on?
Well,
They're not stuck in a loop?
It depends. Because some spirits can be stuck in a loop, but some aren't.
Never had an actual experience. Because I don't put myself into situations that would have experiences.
I watch people. I love watching an hour plus videos of just people interacting with spirits.
But how much of it is like how much of it is believable? You poke holes into whatever's going on, be like, that can be explained away by this.
But to the people that I do watch, there's one group and they call themselves the boys, but they sometimes will like separate into different groups for different areas. And sometimes it's the full group, and sometimes they are with others. But they try to like disprove as much as they can.
Okay. So they're not looking for proof, they're looking to disprove.
Yeah. They're like,
there's not really a ghost here. Come on. That kind of thing.
yeah.
They're not picking up anything on any of their doodads.
But sometimes, like, they will say that, oh, this REM pod never works, but suddenly it's constantly going off.
But if it never works, why'd they take it with them?
Well, it might just because there might not be as many spirits. If it doesn't really work, and if it's now working a whole bunch.
Or maybe they went to some bogus places where it didn't work because there was nothing there.
Maybe. I don't
know.
Or like they just never go off a lot.
I don't know. Alright, let's finish up here. Phenomena.
The phenomenon of the black-eyed children stands as a compelling testament to the enduring power of urban legends in the modern age. From their widely accepted Genesis and Brian Bethel's chilling 1996 account, these entities have permeated contemporary folklore, fueled by the rapid dissemination of information across the internet and various media platforms.
The BEKs are characterized by their deceptively human appearance, marred by eyes of unsettling solid black. Their peculiar behavior, polite yet persistent requests for entry, often accompanied by an eerie monotone voice and an uncanny awareness, creates a profound sense of dread that exploits our innate human inclination to help those in need, especially children. The consistent invitation rule further amplifies this terror, transforming a simple encounter into a moral dilemma where the victim's own compassion becomes a potential trap.
The diverse theories surrounding their nature, ranging from demonic entities and extraterrestrials to ghosts and vampires, reflect humanity's persistent need to categorize and comprehend the inexplicable. While skeptics rightly point to the lack of verifiable evidence and classify them as modern folklore, the consistency of reported details across alleged encounters, from Abilene to Cannock Chase and Vermont, lends a disturbing coherence to the narrative. The alleged negative consequences, such as illness and misfortune, serve as potent cautionary tales, reinforcing the legend's core warning: do not let them in.
Ultimately, the black-eyed children are more than just a spooky story for the fall season. They are a reflection of our collective anxieties about the unknown, the violation of safe spaces, and the unsettling idea that true horror can emerge from the most innocent-seeming forms. Whether a psychological manifestation, a modern myth born of the internet, or something truly inexplicable, the black-eyed children continue to knock on the doors of our imagination, reminding us that some mysteries are best left unanswered, and some invitations should never be accepted.
I think that's it.
Yep, that's it for the black-eyed children's or black-eyed kids. Err on the side of caution. Do not let them in.
Never let them in.
Like Jehovah's Witnesses. Do not let them in. Okay. Question brought.
Question answered.
A production of Wayward Things Network.